In this video, we're going to talk about the refine selected components command, the select cursor components, and the expand selected components commands inside of the subdivision surfaces menu. Now let's start off by creating a new subdivision surface, and we've seen this now several times. So here we go. Now the first thing we have is refine selected components. This is really easy. All you do is select some components. It can be a face, it can be vertices, it can be anything you like. And simply go to refine. And what this is going to do is push you down to the next level of detail. Now in this case, I already had another level of detail here. If I didn't, I could come down and refine again. And now notice I have adjusted my surface. I now have more detail available on my surface than I had before. You can also do this by right-clicking on the surface, and you have refine selected. So I can refine this again. Also from the right mouse menu, you can find display levels, so you can go between all of the available display levels. I could jump all the way down to 1, all the way down to 0. And, well, I won't talk about the display filter yet. That's coming up. So that is really all there is to refine selected components. It is a way for you to add more detail to your object so that you have it to model with. Of course, to remove detail, you can use the clean topology operation that we talked about a little bit earlier. So let's go to vertices, and now everything's all back to normal. Now, from here, we can take a look at select cursor components. To use this, I'm going to grab these 4 vertices on the top. Let's go ahead and refine those down. I'll grab these vertices here across the top. Let's refine these as well. And I guess I'll even grab one more level, and we'll refine those. So we have this nice selection of components here. Now what select cursor components is going to do is it'll take a selection that you have, and it will select the next level of vertices or whatever component you have down that affect that given area. So let me go to a finer selection again. Like let's say I'm working on this section and I'm moving it around, but I'd like to make adjustments to this area at a lower level. Well, I can go down and select cursor, which is available also in the marking menu, and I get this one vertex. So this is the vertex affecting this area at the lower level. Or I could grab all of these vertices and do the same thing. And again, what I end up having selected are the vertices that affect the area I had selected, but one display level down from where I was. So that's really all there is to that, just kind of a way to help you move between your selections. And down from here we have expand selected components. This is just in case you happen to notice that you need more of a given level. Like for example, I could, let's say, display finer again. And if I select just one of these vertices and I come down and choose expand selected components, nothing happens. But if I select one out here on the edge and choose expand selected components, notice that it expands out that level of subdivision as basically as close as it can. Now this is cool, but you don't necessarily have to do it. If you do any editing to any one of these components on the edge of where that subdivision ends, it'll automatically do that for you. So you could just do that and then undo the motion. So tap and then hit Z, or tap and hit Z, and so forth. So that's really all there is to that. That's refining selected components to give yourself more detail, selecting cursor components to grab the components that affect a selected area but at a lower level of detail, and expand selected components, which allows you to basically just grow out the amount of a certain level of detail that you have. That's going to wrap things up for this video. Thanks a lot.